Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 233, Nasdaq's up 63, S&P's up 25, gold contract up 1740, trading 1,950 cents an ounce. Silver up 92 cents, $26.84 an ounce. Light sweet crude flat, $48.31 a barrel. Notes and bonds. 10-year note down 5 ticks, trading 137.22. 30-year off 23 at 172.01. And both notes and bonds, folks, they're contracting with volume. They are at the lower end of their consolidation. So bottom line, it's going to be pretty cool watching this whole thing shake out. My take is that they're going to reject lower price, and we're still going to go higher price, lower yield. King dollar still having a hard time holding price, down 92 ticks, 90.131. The euro is at 122. The yen is at 103.66, and the British pound's at 135 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Good Monday morning. How we doing, man?
Doing good. Kicking into 2021. Hard to comprehend.
As I say, we got a lot of action today, of course, with the stimulus bill getting signed. We got gold rocking at 1,900 and Bitcoin, of course, one of the most tantalizing headlines of the day, pushing up $4,000, man. Watch out.
There's no doubt, man. There's no doubt. And if we start with gold, what you're going to see here, folks, this is a cool night last night. Looking at gold. So gold caught the bid last night, right? And where do you see this chart, folks? Okay, this is pretty cool. And this is really wild because, gold got up last night to 1904.10, right? And then all night long, man, they brought it all the way back down to the lows of Friday. What day is today? Today's Monday, but lows of Thursday. And then, bang, it takes off like a rocket ship again. Now, that whole time, folks, this was so weird. And this is where, if you're in the market, you just stay onto the dollar, man. Because the bottom line is that the dollar wasn't even moving that whole time. And it's just like, you know what? You moved a little. But, I mean, the bottom line is that this dollar wants lower price. So, we'll see where the whole thing shakes out. But you get a lot of ABC structures on the way up inside the gold and silver market, folks. And they're following through today, that's for sure. Bitcoin, that is something else, Tom. There's no doubt.
It really is, man. Yeah. And, where my mind goes on this is that everything is kind of arbitrary on Bitcoin, which is what, the reason why I've kind of stayed away from it, because there's no fundamentals besides buying and, selling, which is the most important fundamental of all to find price discovery. But what's the difference between Bitcoin being valued at 20,000 or 30,000? Who's willing to buy it at 20,000 or 30,000? And that's about it. And we see it goes to 4,000, it goes to 30. We'll see. Just because there's really no store of value in terms of how many goods you can buy with it just yet. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that translation just yet.
The thing that I wish if I had more time, the last article. We had talked about it about a month ago. What there is, folks, is this. What this article is about, and hopefully in the next couple of days I'll find it again. It shouldn't be that hard to find. And what it is that this article specifically was about that, let's say you have 20, 30, well, let's say you have 100 Bitcoins, 20, 50, whatever it is. You can't sell it on this, what we're looking at right here. And there's another exchange that people are making, big institutions are making good money on. And it's discounted by 20 to 30%. So it's like, when I look at that, it's like, this is like, it's to me, it's almost like getting fed to the public. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, well, this is it. But guess what? You have a lot of it and you're trying to sell it. Well, guess what? You're not going to be able to sell it. And that doesn't happen in the gold market. No matter how much gold you have. This is when I was even doing the gold prices, they're equating it with gold, but my take is it's not even close. I mean, the gold market is so tight, it wouldn't matter whether you had 1,000 ounces or 100 ounces. You're gonna get spot.
That's for sure.
You
right.
know, so it's pretty wild, man. The whole
Now,
thing.
my take on that article that you're talking about, and we'll have to find it. Maybe I'll try and find it too during the break. Was that it had to do with not people wanting to trade large values of Bitcoin, but not having the know-how to be able to do it. So the only other side of that is that for the few players that really do, you are able to sell this at certain prices. Just so you know what I mean. I mean, Bitcoin trades on the Chicago futures too, but when you talk about real Bitcoin, I mean, that's when you're dealing with wallets, that when you're dealing with, you know, so I think you see something where people who are used to pulling up their Thinkorswim platform, right? I myself am included. I don't know how I would make that transition. I don't have a Bitcoin wallet outside of when I use Coinbase, the biggest, you know, that they kept my Bitcoin or something like that. But you don't want to have anybody else keeping your Bitcoin if you're talking about tens of millions, hundreds of millions.
Right.
So that's where you have to have the fundamental knowledge of how to store them, how to protect them, how to make sure they're not lost, how to make sure. And a lot of people don't quite have that, which is why you end up paying those substantial fees.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Now, how about China, huh? This is getting really wild, folks.
I read that article you sent me over the weekend, which was up there this morning, and
and folks, picture this. This is, you know, this is about, well, it's about Ant in particular, but Alibaba, and the bottom line is that those Ant is done. I mean, you know, when you look at those numbers, they're not going to allow them to really be in the banking business, you know, and that's where they're making all their money right now, meaning lending money. Management of money, they just shut it right down. So it's pretty wild. You know, what I think it might have been in that article. If not, I got another article. Now, that being said, it was either in this one or another article. What had happened is that China was all over 10 cent too about 2 or 3 years ago. And then that came all the way back, too. I think this is a little bit different, though, because Jack Ma thought he was going to take over the whole banking business in China. And they showed Jack Ma, like, what a communist dictatorship does, man.
Yeah, you know? Not so fast, right?
And, you know, it's such a shame, folks, okay? This morning, they just put in one of these reporters for reporting the amount of people that were sick when in Wuhan, put her in jail for it's a her, I think.
6 years?
Yeah,
6 years?
5 years. I think 5 years.
Something. Years, whatever it is, right? Yeah.
And that's just for basically reporting that, hey, guess what? We have a problem here.
Yeah, do not cross the Chinese government when you're sitting in China. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And so part of the article that I have up there that you sent me talking about, so this is Ant's Financial, Financial, right? The payment business expanded 13% in the first half of the year from a year prior. Digital finance grew 57%, and they're trying to clamp down on everything but payments, basically.
I know.
So, you know, Ant could lose 63% of an operation that posted almost 60% growth, is what they're kind of kneecapping them. So, yeah, a huge shift, you know, to show who's boss over there in China, man.
Yeah. And, you know, it is amazing, number one, throughout the world, how social media is basically, you know, can overtake quite a bit. And I'm sure that they're worrying in a big way is that, oh, my God, you know, we want our companies to be powerful, but not more powerful than the Communist Party, you know?
No, because then you got Jack Ma, man. And, you know, once you reach that tipping point, they don't want anybody to get to that tipping point where then they can't do anything, right? Where the people rise up, and they're trying to prevent anybody from becoming that big. Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 257, Nasdaq's up 52, S&P's up 26. We're coming right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. Do you have broken or unwanted jewelry, diamonds, watches, coins, silverware, and other collectibles that you would like to turn into cash? Tiger Precious Metals and Stones will pay fair market value. We make it easy to turn your precious metals that are sitting around in your house into cash. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 and he will walk you through our safe and secure process. Andy has been in the business buying and selling precious metals for over 15 years. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 279, Nasdaq's up 30, S&Ps are up 26. Let's go over to that Nasdaq, Tom. They're putting a little pressure on this Nasdaq. You know, the futures just were up 100. Now we're up 44. And
Definitely.
let me just see. I think we hit a new all-time high. Yeah, we did. Okay, so the futures hit a new all-time high.
Yep.
And inside the NDX out here today, folks, the strength versus the weakness. Strength is Fox. Cintas is up 2.5%. Fox is up 2.9%. Bookings.com 2.3%. Taken away from it, Moderna down 6.7%. Peloton is off 6%. What's happening with Peloton is the Goldman Sachs.
I saw that. Go ahead.
They took a position in Exelon, I think it was.
Echelon, I believe it is.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I've been hearing a lot of commercials for Echelon.
I'll have to look it up. I saw that headline today myself, and I saw them say that their cheapest bike is about $500, and their most expensive bike is about $1,600 right now. So that's definitely an undercut of the price of Peloton. And that was one of the biggest things when Peloton first came to existence, saying, hey, this is basically an exercise bike they're selling for $2,200 that you then got to pay $50 a month to use.
I know, man.
So
I know.
Look, kudos to them for somehow spinning that business plan into a multi-billion-dollar company, man.
Seriously.
But there's obviously a void there, a space for entry for some cheaper products.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I'm sure that Goldman's going to get that out public real quick.
Oh, it's, yeah. And what's I've been seeing other ones. So I just pulled it up, Echelon, but the other one, Nordic, right? They got one. Do you see the one that leans?
No,
Do you know what I'm
I
talking
haven't.
about? They got a bike that they try and it can actually lean a little left and a little right to try and make you think like you're cornering and stuff. It's just interesting. Peloton goes crazy, and then everyone's like, hey, we should be selling more of these bikes ourselves.
Yeah. So this stock here, Pinduoduo, PDD, folks.
Yep.
Now it's down $9 today, but what you're going to see here, now this is interesting. This is like a Alibaba, okay, in a smaller way, but this has been, when Alibaba was getting smoked, this has been going up anyway, but this very well could be one of the equities that basically do very well when Alibaba keeps going south here, because I suspect, well, let's see, Alibaba's down again today. Yeah, well, no, I guess no. It gapped down. It's only down $1.45, but I think Alibaba's going to, I don't think they're going to let off this whole deal. I think the deal is like a little bit too big. Yeah.
I agree. And that's one of those things that, I try and be able to quantify some of the risks or variables when you're making a trade. How do you quantify that the Chinese government seems like they're hell-bent on making sure that Baba is as small as possible to squash, that entire company right now? I don't.
Yeah. I mean, because basically you stick your head up over there, guess what?
And Jack Ma did it, man. He got a little ahead of himself there.
And folks, this is what's so sick about this. It was like a week before it was going public, and
all he had to do was let
ended
it go
up.
public.
It was only like about a 30-minute speech, but he went right after the central bank.
He did, yeah.
And that's it. See ya. Don't want to be ya, man.
It's a good segue to Bitcoin. Central banks. It'll be really interesting, man. How central banks, folks. I've heard our man Steve Rhodes talk about it all the time. For a bearish case against Bitcoin, he makes great cases, man. If you think that central banks all over the world are just going to let Bitcoin become some kind of secondary currency that everybody can use for everything, I think you have another thing coming for you.
I agree.
Just the same way that China slapped down, Jack Ma. Right. If you think that our central bankers in the U.S. and in Europe are just going to let people use crypto to subvert any type of, financial accounting,
taxes.
Tracking, taxes. Right. Exactly, man. Yeah. Just so if people, my history, online poker, right? One of the biggest reasons online poker was hated in the get-go, and it should have been, was because of the ability to transfer funds whenever you wanted. I'll give people a quick lesson of how simple these things provide that type of availability, and it's still happening with Bitcoin. You could go on the biggest poker site in the world up until 2011, okay?
Yeah.
9/11 terrorism was 2001. They tried to clamp down on it. 2011, you could deposit $1,000 into your PokerStars account yourself, okay? And I could take that $1,000 and say, I want to pass it along to my friend Jimmy, who lives in California, because he wants to play some poker too, and I'm going to do a player transfer for $1,000. Okay. Jimmy takes that money. He never even plays with it. Maybe he plays with it, okay?
Yeah.
And he withdraws it, and you have no idea that I just transferred Jimmy $1,000.
Right. Wow.
Right? And it gets even bigger than that, because now they're forcing that, okay, then you regulate these sites, and then they'll be able to show player transfers, okay?
Right.
But then it even gets a little murkier that you put $1,000 in there, and then you say, hey, me and Jimmy are going to play some poker, and oh, whoops, I lost $1,000 to Jimmy. Okay, so within the site itself, I just transferred $1,000, and they don't even see a player transfer. You can see, point being, folks, they shut it all down. Online poker is not legal anymore. It wasn't legal for 8 years, and it's coming back state by state.
And that was one of the offshore islands, right? I remember the
Isle of Man.
Yeah,
Isle of Man. I believe they're still based there. They're a multi-billion-dollar poker site, and they were not. They were doing their best to run a legitimate organization. The point being, by an entity like that existing, the government realized that was a big problem, that people could transfer thousands of dollars to anyone who they wanted, and there'd be no record of it whatsoever. It reminds me of this, and folks, I lived that. I did it professionally for a couple of years, and the government put a halt to it. One day, it all disappeared. And you're going to see, probably, if this gets too big, and you start seeing people the ability to transfer wealth undetected by the government, that's their biggest concern. So just keep your eye on that.
It's mild, man.
Yeah, it is.
And we had a short. Well, we don't have a short trading week, folks, because we are open all week. But let's see.
No, we're closed on Friday, man. January 1st.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm telling you, man. I had a, what's so funny, folks, is that we don't get a lot of days off, man. When you get 3 days off, I had a hard time getting going this morning, man.
It's a recal, and it almost felt like 4 days, because New Year, Christmas Eve was great, right? We had a great show on Christmas Eve. We had some great callers. We had our man Carlos. That was a fun day, man. So it almost felt like 4 days coming in. I hear you. I know. Yeah. And then we got to recalibrate. Now we have Thursday's a full day on New Year's Eve, but we'll be here, and then we got New Year's Day off Friday.
Yeah. So let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here. You got, let's see, American Airlines up 53 cents. You got No, Pelletier? No.
Sorry, where are you?
I'm right.
Palantir. I think it is.
Palantir Technologies down $1.75. Blockchain, Riot Blockchain's up $3, of course.
I wonder what those net asset values look like today. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to pull those up.
XBT, yeah.
Marbell's up 20 cents. That's then there's another therapeutic company down.
Hey, how about Moderna? Can we jump to Moderna real quick? I know we're coming into a break right now, but I just want to bring up, Merck was the one that pulled out of this somewhere in the beginning of the final quarter we're in right now. I mean, it peaked out at about $80 on October 13th. And, man, we've just traded from 180 to 115 on this stock. And Pfizer is down again today. Pfizer is where it was start of the year.
Yeah, well, this was, now, these don't always go like this, folks, but this is a perfect free gap play. We talked about it. 1, 2, 3, that was it. It's almost closed the third one. The first one is 109.29. We'll hit 114. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 310. You get the Nasdaq up 48. S&Ps are up 32. The only thing that's, NDX got a little bump, but that's still not holding when the S&P and the Dow is getting some juice here, man.
It's remarkable with everything that we have going on, right? That we are looking to end 2020 at a record all-time high, man, and we're coming into the year about 500 S&P points above where we started it, which is just mind-blowing, man.
It's a big one. Let's go to Gary in New Buffalo, Michigan. Hey, Gary, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom and Tommy. It's a first-time caller to you guys, but I've been subscribers of both of you and almost everybody on your team. But I started with Stevie. But I'm a huge fan of what Steve's talking about, and it makes so much sense. And one of the YouTubes, I save them and catalog them, so I posted it to the free chat, and I wanted just to kind of touch base on it because what you were just talking about with China, I mean, it's insidious. That we have to be aware of all the things that are going on, but especially with their cryptocurrency. And George Gammon, who I think is great on YouTube, and he posted one of his videos over the weekend. And if you guys haven't had a chance to look at that, and it really lays out the details of how they're moving very quickly, as the Chinese can do, to institute this digital currency that will possibly usurp the dollar totally in many parts of the world. Well, and I just thought I'd throw that out.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no doubt that China already, everyone their currency is their phone, already, right? I mean, the real question's going to be is that, they're heavily into Africa right now. They want those minerals. But Africa is just as digitally attuned as China is, because what has happened is that you get the third world countries that the cash was never there anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So they caught on to that really quickly. But I can't picture how no one's going to trust China, man. Anyone in their right mind is, so I don't see how China's currency can go anywhere. Outside of China. Inside of China, yeah, and countries they take over, which they will. Do you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's like, why do
respectfully,
business?
I just very respectfully, because I think the world of you guys, especially you, put me onto some big stuff with your moss and a couple of the different what do you call it, the agricultural kind of stuff that you've been in. But the bottom line is that one thing that they talk about, that I've heard this over and over again, is the idea that it's not going to be us, the people of America or Europe. It's going to be the South Americans and the Africans that they've already bought into because they paid so much money. My wife is Mongolian, and they've pretty much bought out that country, unfortunately, for the Mongolians.
I'm with you there. That being said, though, if you're doing in China right now, if you're doing business, which I am doing business in China, do you know what they want?
Okay.
What do they want?
No.
They want cash. They don't ask me for euros. They don't ask me for anything else. And nothing else is priced in dollars, man.
Okay.
But hey, listen,
cool.
That's
so I'm just going to throw in my take. And Gary, thanks for calling, man, and everything you said.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And listening for sure, man. And I think that the tipping point will be when the consumers of that area of the world, which will happen because there's so many of them, start to compete with the American consumer. And that's probably a matter of when, not if. And when you start having billions of people, we only have 300 million, Americans. And when you got billions of people potentially that are consumers, and that economy starts rolling, then I think that conversation becomes pretty accelerated to how the dollar might compete when you have billions of people that are in a different country than the dollar, and maybe China trying to ramp things up. That's where my head kind of goes for that whole conversion if it happens.
Very astute. Yeah, good. Okay, listen, guys, thanks. You guys got a lot of great stuff, so I'll let you go. But thank you for all you're doing, and happy, healthy, and blessed New Year.
Yeah,
okay?
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here, man.
Thanks so much, Gary.
Man. You well.
Take care, man.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one.
It's a great conversation, man.
Oh, listen, man. I mean,
because if you figure that one out, you'll be rolling in the in the gold and the Bitcoin and the yuan and the but it's. Listen, as an American, I hope it doesn't happen, man. The power of the dollar, right?
Yeah,
I
just don't see it because I think China has made a choice right now, and their choice is a total crackdown, in a very large way. And real power, that's what real power does, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're not going to give it up. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, I don't care what the rest of the world thinks. And they don't. And they don't have to, because what has happened is that they're starting to get into middle class right now in a big way.
Yes.
And, once you're there, then they can just deal with each other. There's so many people. So,
I mean, it's just China's got 1.4 billion people. India's got 1.4 billion people. The U.S. is at 330 million, and everybody else is behind us. I imagine China is going to try and make sure that all those people do business in their own currency versus the dollar.
Right.
And eventually, like you said, they're starting to get to the middle class. And what happens when you have those people starting to compete, with the American consumer? And guess what? There's going to be that demand, because all of that, commerce will be forced. And it kind of ties into what you're saying, that China's clamped it down, man. They're if it was a free market, I'd say they'd have a harder time.
Yes. Right.
But they're not going to have a hard time.
No.
I could see one day them shifting everything and saying, guess what? Everything goes through this new digital currency that anybody who touches, those types of things.
Well, it really does right now. That's if you go, I mean, I said this before.
Well,
if we were Chinese right now and we lived over there, and you even try to go get yuan, okay, the bottom line is that you can't get it. They don't want you to have cash. I think it's $20.
But you have it. You have digital yuan. You have it. It's just digital.
Yes, yeah.
You're misplacing.
Sure.
Okay,
right.
But that's yuan, man. That's not dollars.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Right, for sure. Yeah, right.
But I don't get caught up in the digital versus cash, because I know it matters.
That's the tracking mechanism. That's my point. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the tracking mechanism.
Sure.
Our government would love to have that.
They would. It's just businesses are going. You're seeing it already. Like, we see it already, as in everything going on in China over there, right? Starbucks is killing to be over there, right? Nike's killing to be over there. Apple wants to be over there. And they're not quite even there yet. So you're going to have to make a decision if you want to do business with 1.4 billion Chinese and 1.4 billion people in India. And I imagine once that consumer becomes strong enough, that'll be a decision that they're going to have to grapple with. And it's really tough when you look at 300 million Americans and the power that they may have if you have the strong economy that they may have. That's all
No doubt. Folks, stay right there. I want to say hi to Bill Clare, to Bridget. What's happening, Bill? Wow! Let me hear that growl, Bill. Bill and I were growling over the weekend, Tom.
Gotta have it, man. Perfect.
Wow. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Dow Industrials right now up 294. Nasdaq's up 70. S&P's are up 33. We'll come right back. Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Are you looking to buy or sell gold, silver, platinum, coins, or bullion? We can help. At Tiger Precious Metals and Stones, we specialize in the buying and selling of gold, silver, as well as collectible U.S. and foreign coins. We not only buy your unwanted or broken jewelry, but you can trade that in for gold and silver coins, too. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 for a quote over the phone and to lock in the current market price. Call us now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 292. Nasdaq's up 76. S&Ps are up 33. Let's go to Rick in Denver, Colorado. Hey, Rick, what's going on, brother?
Happy holidays, Tom and Tommy.
And to you also, man.
Morning, Rick.
Let's make it a great 2021. 2021, I can't believe it. Oh, my God.
Couple things. Tommy was right. Last week was great listening to Carlos and all that. And you guys make a great team in the morning.
Thank you.
I don't think anything compares to you guys. I mean, I haven't found it yet, so I just wanted to say that so you guys can be proud of that.
We appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But my question was on the Direction. I know you're a Direction guy.
Yeah.
And I see we've gone over this before, but SPXS, do you mind holding through a split or anything? Do you not like to hold? I see that it's going to split like the 11th of January. What are your thoughts on? And technically, I think it's in my mind, but technically, I don't think it means anything. But what do you mind holding one of those through a split?
So
I mean, I know there are a lot of factors, but
me and you are twins. Tommy's explained this to us a dozen times. Remember? We've gone through this. We haven't gone through this for a while. But I know what you're saying. It's a head game, man.
It's like, all right, come on
I
here
know.
now. I love...
The bottom line is that there is no differential, okay? But this is a head game. If you remember some of the shows we had, it's like, oh my God. And because I was hoping to have Dave Mazda on last Monday. I hope he comes on today because I'd really like him to explain again. I mean, I know why they have to do this, okay? But I would really like to know what the stat is that I kind of like that they're doing it because that's when it seems it gets to the closest that you actually do. You know, what happens, folks, is the SPXS is the 3 times inverse correlation of the S&P 500. And I've been waiting for the S&P 500 to go down forever. And so the bottom line,
and I'm like, oh, man.
No, so I get what you're saying because it's like, okay, so we're getting close to it. Is the 11th? That's 11th is a long day, a long time from now. But, you know, so are they going 10-1? What are they doing? Yeah, I didn't see this yet.
I think it is. I was going to study it over in the
1 second.
last
It
couple days.
must have just come out because
chance.
I've been checking every day, man.
It is. It's going to be a reverse split of 4 ETFs. It's happening on January 8th, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I have to go through the article. I just posted the press release in the YouTube Tigers Den for all those
good.
out there.
I'll check it out. Okay.
And I'll throw it in the Tigers Den as well over there. But yeah, I mean, the point being, percentages are all the same, right, Rick? And you know, it's going to be bigger numbers, and it doesn't scare some people sometimes when you're trading a $4 stock, right? If you lose 20 cents, but it should because that's 5%, as opposed to if you're trading a $40 stock and you lose $2. it might seem like worse, but as long as you're wrapping your head around percentages, man, and you have your numbers out there in terms of your stops and your targets, it really shouldn't impact it that much, you know.
Right. I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is lining up. This is, should I wait? Should I not? I don't know. That's just me. But anyway.
Oh, no. This is, man. It takes getting used to. There's no doubt. I'm telling you, I'll pay attention to this one, the article later. It does, Rick. I know what you're saying. I'm used to it now. I can tell you that. That's what ends up happening. Okay, but I remember I was always struggling because it's exactly what Tommy just said. That the aspect of headwise, I guess I can take a 5% hit in a second if it's only 20 cents, but then all of a sudden when it's $30, it's like, oh man, okay, that's a whole different. And so that's just the way my head goes. But you know,
well,
as Mr. Chapman said, it's more psychological.
Like, all right, this isn't good.
You
know,
exactly.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you can look at it a million ways, but everything I've done direction quite a while. And,
oh yeah.
I mean, you want to watch when they split and when you're going to, where the market's at.
You do. You do.
So, I mean, but anyway, you guys, thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, man, you still playing music?
Yes.
Awesome, man.
Try.
Good. That's all right. That's good, man.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much, man. Love you, man. Happy New Year. Man,
we got some great callers and listeners, man. They make our day, too.
And
totally.
I remember him so well. Also,
I love it when you roll those off, man.
Well, because I remember him calling, but we were doing a lot of workshops out in Denver.
Sure.
And so I remember, I'm lucky, man. Between voices and faces, man, I can just.
It's really the voice and the face, and even the voice, right? Because we do so much of just hearing voices. Man, we know those voices now, man. I mean, the listeners know the voices of our listeners calling in.
They do.
It's pretty cool.
I know, man.
Totally.
I know. So,
speaking of music, our man Basil Chapman, he's quite the musician himself. And he's got a deal going on this week. So he is going up on the price of the opening call, man. This is the last week, and I was saying it's amazing, man. I remember when I was working at the New Hampshire radio station.
Tiger 1590.
Tiger 1590, Nashua, New Hampshire. This had to be about 2002, 2003, because I graduated college about then.
Wow.
And you had a meeting with Basil Chapman. He comes in. I didn't meet him that day. I was doing my own thing, right? You come in, but it's just amazing. I literally remember that day because then he left, and you're talking about, I met this guy. Seems pretty real, man. Seems like he knows what he's doing, man. 20 years later, here we are.
That's crazy, man.
It is. And so this is the last week.
Right, because that's when I was flying back and forth, huh?
That's right. Yeah, so you were up there.
Yeah.
Because I remember it, man. I remember it vividly because I just remember being like, I wonder who that was. Oh, okay, well,
you were in the studio. I was in your
right.
office. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Exactly. And I just remember looking out the window, and I could see, Basil walk. Anyway, you had the meeting. I remember it. Pretty amusing, almost 20 years ago. And so this is the last week of his current prices. He's going up to new prices next week. You can lock this in for the life of your subscription. I encourage everybody to give it a try, folks. You'll learn something no matter what. If you don't like it, you can cancel it. Basil had an outstanding update out Saturday. He usually puts one out Saturdays and Sundays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you can sign up for any of these. Still comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You lock in the rate. I encourage you, if you're thinking about staying with it, sign up for the 6 month. Sign up for the year, because those are going up as well. Still comes with a money-back guarantee if you don't like it. And Basil, of course, coming up live at noon. And those will go up Monday, man, 2021. Monday. There you go.
And once you ride that wave, folks, okay, you'll keep riding it. I mean, Basil keeps his folks for a long period of time, man. They know that wave, man. I'm telling you.
He's a great educator on top of being a great trader, man. And he gets all those. I think he's got 7 or 8 archive webinars that they gain access to instantly as well as part of that subscription.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, 2021. What are we going to do in 2021, man? You know what's so funny is that today, just even coming in, I'm saying to myself, 2021. Remember how big, 2000 was supposed to be, right?
Hey, you had quite the New Year's Eve 2000 party, man. I'll never remember those glasses. Remember the 2000 glasses?
Glasses, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Glasses of champagne. There we go.
Yeah, right, exactly. Crazy, man. And now it's 21 years later. Holy cow, man. Fast, folks. Fast, like a bunny, no doubt.
Seriously.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We have the Dow right now up 273. Nasdaq's up 74. S&P's up 32. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined the Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 284, Nasdaq's up 79, S&Ps are up 33. And what is the question we have, Tom? Sorry,
Sure. I'll get it over there. So we got a
UAVS?
Yeah, so UAVS, they own it at 245, and they got their money back, but still own a couple thousand shares. And so they got the money back, and they're letting the rest roll and seeing what maybe
look at the business they're in, too. I like it. Okay. Small unmanned aerial vehicles and drones inside of the agricultural business. And this is going to, what you have, folks, is that, bottom line is that, we got a little bull happening out here.
I mean, the drones are going to run everything in that type of business, man, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay,
let alone,
so I would take some money on this stock. I know you already did. I'd take some more. You don't go from 30 cents to 6.80. I'd take it all, actually. I wouldn't even think about it.
There we go.
That's you go from 30 cents. The company's losing money. You go from 30 cents to 6.80. Take it all. Sure. Go groove. Take your wife to the Four Seasons. Have a frickin' blast. Go to the Caribbean. Go do something, man. That doesn't happen, right?
We're gonna have to get Four Seasons as a sponsor, man.
I know. Seriously, man.
Think of all the free mentions they've gotten over the years.
Forever.
And mentioned in like the most positive light ever. But hey,
yeah.
Well, not Four Seasons, Total Landscaping. to get it right, but Four Seasons Hotel. Go ahead.
Oh, seriously, man.
Can't help.
There's nothing like that Four Seasons in Boston, man. I was always, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Totally.
Beautiful. Lots of fun memories.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. We got Think or Swim coming up next. Then I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Reardon, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Look at him, folks.